Whatever I've achieved, I owe entirely to the Vedantu team. It's not just the in-depth subject matters that were taught to us, but also the exam-specific strategies we were asked to use.
Hi guys, how are you? क्या हाल चाल है? Hello Ajay. Hello Shiv. How are you guys doing? So welcome back on the Vedantu channel, and this is Saurav Goswami, and this is our lecture which is going to be a quiz session, and in this we would try to solve questions on Faraday's law. Okay, hello guys, I'm fine. Hello Smith, hello Shreyansh, hello Mihir, hello Shiva, hello IIT JEE aspirant. So I'm doing good. I hope you are doing good as well. So this is the session in which we would be doing questions on Faraday's law. Now this is not going to be a live, this is not going to be a quiz where we would be using the Menti thing. I would love to use that, but we can't. A lot many variables over here. So the thing is, this will be a question like normal question answer solving session. So I would request you to take a pen and a paper and please sit tight. We can use a non-programmable calculator as well, and try to solve as many questions as possible. Jitne questions solve karoge utna acha. Okay, so we're going to take some questions which came in the January mains examination. Also slightly difficult ones. We'll take one multi-option correct question and a slightly advanced concept question. Okay, why don't I use it for my session? Because there are lot many variables. It becomes a little challenging to put special characters over there. Okay, so guys, what we have done until now is this: electrolytic cell is over, Faraday's laws is done, electrolysis cases is also covered. In the next session we would be discussing behavior of ions, and for moving forward we'll be discussing conductance and Colruyt's law. And this is this chapter, mostly questions will come from Faraday's law in a very systematic manner. Okay, so sit with a pen and a paper and let's start today's session. But I would like to tell you that the KVPY, SA and SX sessions are being held regularly on the Vedantu channel, and these sessions are being held at 8 to 9 and 9 to 10. Okay, so please do watch those sessions. Please do make yourself available on those sessions, and make as much benefit as possible. SA, SX sessions, and they'll be held regularly. Also, we would be coming up with a idea of a test series, but that announcement will be done later on. Okay, so why KPI is always premier? Because some operational reasons. Okay, ठीक है, चलिए आज का सेशन हम स्टार्ट करते हैं. And please do like, share and subscribe, as I always tell you. Please do tell your friends. So चलो आज का सेशन स्टार्ट करते हैं with the homework problem. We had taken a homework, I had given you a homework to solve this question. Okay, this was the last class question. The how many minutes would it take to plate out 5 gram of chromium from Cr2SO4 whole thrice solution using a current of 1.5 ampere. Okay, using a current of 1.5 ampere. It is given that chromium's atomic weight is 52. Okay, chromium atomic weight is 52. If you have solved the question, please tell me the answer quickly in the chat box. I'll solve this question, but this question is very interesting because it tells us a very important concept. See, if I'm trying to plate out chromium, that means chromium is getting reduced. Chromium is getting reduced. So our solution, which contains Cr3 plus, is getting converted into chromium. Now this plating, if I try to plate it out, ये जो लिखा हुआ है word plate out 5 gram, it means I am performing reduction and chromium is being deposited on the cathode. Chromium is being deposited on the cathode. ठीक है? Because chromium would be obtained in the metallic form only at cathode after reduction. So how many electrons is required? 3 electrons is required. Can I say this? I can say that 3 electrons is required. Please tell me yes or no. 3 electrons required होगा यहाँ पे. Saurabh, Rupa, Pritam, Suraksha, yes, Ajay. So 3 electrons required होगा. Now how many chromium ions are present over here? How many chromium ions are present over here? We have 2 Cr3 plus. 2 units of Cr3 plus, so I will be getting 2. Yes? Is that clear? Do you understand this? That there are 2 Cr3 plus ions and we would be getting 2 chromium atoms. So can I say this? Can I say this? For 2 Cr3 plus, I would be requiring 2 times 3, that is 6 electrons. I would be requiring 6 electrons. So 6 electrons reduce 2 moles of Cr3 plus. Can I say that? 6 electrons reduce 2 moles of Cr3 plus. So 1 mole of Cr3 plus is being reduced by 3 electrons. Remember that it is okay. What 1 mole of Cr3 plus will consume 3 electrons. Now remember, there's something known as n factor which people were asking in the last class. So I need to calculate this. We know that there is this equation from the first law, W equals to ZIT upon 96500. Our objective is to calculate time. Our objective is to calculate time, and Z needs to be known. How do I know Z? For calculating Z, I will do this. Use this. So weight is known. What is the weight? कितना weight दिया गया है? Weight is given as 5 grams. So weight is given as 5 grams, which will be deposited. What is the atomic weight? 52. Now 52, Z is given as atomic weight upon N. What is the value of N that I would be using? The value of N that I would be using will be equal to how many electrons are required for reducing or oxidizing 1 mole of ion. 1 mole के लिए कितना जरूरत पड़ रहा है? Okay, 1 mole के लिए कितना जरूरत पड़ रहा? How many electrons are required for 1 mole of Cr3 plus will give me the value of N. So I will put the value as 3. Current value is 1.5 time upon 96500. Okay, 96500. If I calculate this time, I will get this time in seconds, but I have to convert that in minutes because the question, I guess, is in terms of minutes. How many minutes? So whatever answer I get, I have to divide it by 60 to get the answer. So this will be 5 times 3 times 96500 upon 52 times 60. Okay, the right answer would turn out to be, what is the right answer? Neera? Okay, the right answer turns out to be C. Are you getting this answer? You should be getting this. Okay, you should be getting this. The right answer turns out to be C. Is this clear? Very simple question. However, this question involves the usage of N. N को यूज कर रहे हैं हम, और N कैसे निकालेंगे किसी भी रिएक्शन में? 1 मोल ऑफ आयन को रिड्यूस या ऑक्सीडाइज करने में जितना इलेक्ट्रॉन्स लग रहा है, that is giving us the value of N. 1 mole requires how many electrons will be giving us the value of N. So remember, we are having 2 moles of Cr3 plus which requires 6. So 1 mole requires 3. So the value of N will be equal to 3. Never use 6, because if you use 6, you will get an incorrect answer. And देखो यहाँ पे एक incorrect answer भी दिया गया है. They have given an incorrect answer as well. Can you see this? Okay, can you see this? They have given an incorrect answer as well. So double of this is also given. So you can make a blunder if you do not follow this. Clear? Z value क्या? Okay, clear? So Z is known as electrochemical equivalent, so that is calculated as atomic weight by N. Both options are given, double the value, correct value. Clear? So we need that means we need to consider one equivalent. Yes, correct, very good, Utkarsh, very good. Anybody who is getting answer C is correct. Chalo, let's move on to the next question. And this question is very interesting. And this question came in JEE Mains 2019 January 9th sitting. So January JEE Mains जो इस बार हुआ था उसमें बहुत सारे papers थे. It was conducted on from 9, 10th, 11, 12th. 4 दिन में ये examination हुआ. And there were 2 sittings. Okay, we had 2 sittings. So for these 2 sittings, January Mains 9th के paper में ये question आया है. Let's look at the question. If the standard electrode potential for a cell is 2 volts at 300 Kelvin, the equilibrium constant for the reaction at 300 Kelvin is approximately equal to what? You can see these values. Okay, what this, okay? How do we solve this question? So I have to consider the condition of equilibrium. What happens during equilibrium? What happens during equilibrium? At equilibrium, delta G is equal to 0. Okay? At equilibrium, delta G is equal to 0. That makes E of cell equal to 0. Okay? यार ऐसे नहीं होता अर्पित, आप जो डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हो उस तरह से नहीं होता कि एक्यूमुलेट करके रहते हैं. यू कैन नॉट हैव 51 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एक्यूमुलेटेड एट सम पॉइंट एंड 50 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एक्यूमुलेटेड एट वन पॉइंट. इट डजंट वर्क लाइक दैट. इवन द हाइपोथेटिकल आप डिजाइन कर लोगे, एक्सपेरिमेंट में ऐसा नहीं होता कि वहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्यूमुलेट कर जाते हैं. ओके, इट विल नॉट वर्क. सो ई सेल इज 0. I will write this equation. E equals to E naught minus RT upon NF ln K. Okay, I will use this. E equals to E naught minus RT upon NF ln K. Now for this reaction, if I try to write the equilibrium constant, the expression for equilibrium constant will be product upon reactant. So this is product and this is reactant. Now which among these entities on the reactant product side is a solid? Solid क्या है? Zinc. So solid को हटा देते हैं. I remove the solid because solid's concentration is taken as 1. What will I have? Product concentration, that is Zn2 plus ion concentration upon Cu2 plus ion concentration. This is what I'm trying to calculate. This is what I'm trying to calculate. Now K is to be known. E is equal to 0. So this is equal to 0. E naught cell is given as 2 volts minus R value. You can see you have to take this value. This value is given over here. So you have to take this value. So it is 8. Temperature is 300 upon N. What is the number of electrons which are exchanged? Chandan, please look over here. It's not D. Answer is not D. So how many electrons are being exchanged over here? The number of electrons which are exchanged is 2. Okay, number of electrons exchanged is 2. So I'll put the value of N as 2. F value is given as 96,000. F value is given as 96,000. ln K. Okay, now if I take this on the left hand side, this will become negative and negative cancel हो जाएगा. This will become positive. So how would I write? ln K will be equal to, so 2 times 2 times 96,000 upon 8 times 300. So this gets cancelled and this becomes 4 2 3 2 6. This will become 16. So it will turn out to be ln K is equal to 160 or K will be equal to e to the power 160. Okay, the right answer should be A. राइट आंसर हमारा ए आ जाएगा. नॉट अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन. इसको सॉल्व करने में मुझे आपको एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ा, सो दैट टुक मी सम टाइम, बट व्हेन यू वुड सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन इन द एग्जामिनेशन हॉल, knowing these things, knowing these small things, you will take at the max 1 minute. Okay, 1 मिनट आपको लगेगा सॉल्व करने के लिए. क्लियर? सो शैल वी मूव अहेड? फाइन, चलो. Let's take the next question. Again, this question came in. You can see that how many questions are coming in the mains examination. So electrochemistry being one of the most important topics in you can say physical chemistry is every year you will see about 2 questions in every paper, every mains paper. So having a very good grasp gives you marks which like correct answer ही आएगा, इसमें कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं है. ठीक है? So how do we solve this question? Question is, the anodic half cell of lead acid battery is recharged using electricity of 0.05 Faraday. Okay, it's recharged using 0.5 Faraday. The amount of PbSO4 electrolyzed in grams during the process. Amount of PbSO4 electrolyzed in grams during the process. Now the point is, if you do not know about lead acid battery, you do not need to worry about this. Okay, you do not need to worry about this. The question uses the term lead acid battery, but think carefully that one of the reactions, if I'm recharging it, what happens is that Pb2 plus will take up 2 electrons and convert into Pb. Obviously this will happen. I'm supplying electrons, so lead from the solution, Pb2 plus ions from the solution, so it's given amount of PbSO4 electrolyzed. That means Pb2 plus has to take electrons to convert into lead. Okay, so even if I do not know what happens inside the lead acid battery, it's not a problem. This statement is not gonna do a lot of things except for confusing you or making you nervous. Don't worry about that. Look over here. Question is, the anodic half reaction of lead acid battery is recharged using 0.05 Faraday. The amount of PbSO4 electrolyzed in grams is equal to. So how do we solve the question? Can we see this over here, that 2 electrons is required for 1 mole of Pb2 plus. Can I say this? 2 moles of 2 electrons is required for 1 ion of Pb2 plus. So if I multiply on both sides by Avogadro number, I can say that 2 moles of electron is required for 1 mole of Pb2 plus. Okay, now 2 moles of electron account for 2 Faraday of charge. 2 Faraday of charge is used for 1 mole of Pb2 plus. हमने कितना पास किया है? How much am I passing? 0.05. So I can say that 0.05 Faraday would be giving 0.05 Faraday would be giving 1/2 times 0.005 moles of Pb2 plus. Okay, Suraj, Latimer diagram comes under Nernst equation. We are doing Faraday's law, so we would not be using Latimer diagram. Okay, however, if you want to know about Latimer diagram, you can watch the previous videos where we have discussed it. So 0.05 Faraday will be giving these many moles. ये कितने moles हो जाएंगे? How many moles? 1 electron charge means 1 Faraday charge. No यार, ये last class में आपने देखा था. 1 mole of electrons is 1 Faraday charge. 1 mole of electrons is 1 Faraday charge. 1 mole of electron carries 1 Faraday charge. So this is equal to how many moles of Fe2 plus? Sorry, Pb2 plus. कितने मोल्स हो गए? जितने भी मोल्स हो गए, आपको करना क्या है, इसको ग्राम्स में कन्वर्ट करना है. ओके, you have to convert this into grams. You have to convert this into grams. So Vanshaj, very good. 2.5 times 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, you have to convert this into 2. Sorry, it will be 0.02. 0.025. So it will be 25 times 10 raised to minus 3. 25 times 10 raised to minus 3. So 0.025. Now 0.025 has to be multiplied with the mass to get the mass in terms of grams, because it is being asked about amount. So they are not asking about moles, they are asking about the amount in terms of grams. So what I'll do is, this is the number of moles. How do we convert moles into mass? I multiply this with 303. I multiply this with 303. The right answer turns out to be कितना होगा? अगर 300 होता तो somewhere about 7.5 होता, 303 होगा तो 7.6 हो जाएगा. The right answer should be 7.6. Okay? Yes, very good. So I have solved this question without even knowing what reaction happens inside the anodic half cell or anodic half cell or cathodic half cell in the lead acid battery. Okay? Is this an NCERT? Yes, this is an NCERT. JEE में आया है, JEE में आया है नहीं, NCERT में है नहीं है, JEE में आया है तो मतलब NCERT में होना ही चाहिए. JEE मेंस में वो सारी चीज़ें हमेशा आती हैं जो NCERT में रहती हैं. Okay? So let's move on to the next question. The next question is this. This question is a multi-option correct question. So please be very careful. This question is a multi-option correct question. So एक advanced level का question है, एक multi-option correct question है. So read the question very carefully. Question is, which of the following statements is or are correct about electrolysis of aqueous NaCl? We have discussed in our previous video where we had taken electrolysis cases that what happens when aqueous NaCl is electrolyzed. Now when aqueous NaCl is electrolyzed, we had learnt that we would be getting hydrogen at cathode, okay, and we would be getting chlorine at anode. Okay, we would be getting hydrogen at cathode and we would be getting chlorine at anode. This we had also learned using the concept of overpotential, where I had told you earlier that overpotential is the extra potential that I need to give to make the process go from slow to fast. From slow to fast. Extra potential मुझे add करना होता है -0.6 volts and this becomes -1.83, which is larger than this. Okay, so I need to look for those del G values which are less positive. Those del G values which are less positive. So let's start with the first one. During the electrolysis of NaCl, chlorine is liberated at anode. This is a right statement. You can see that chlorine is liberated at anode. हम लोग electrolysis के cases याद रखने हैं, ठीक है? Next question. After the electrolysis of NaCl, the solution turns alkaline. Okay, after the electrolysis of NaCl, the solution turns alkaline. I had told you on that very day that electrolysis of NaCl is used in industrial grade as chloralkali in the chloralkali industry. Okay, so how do we know that it turns alkaline or not? Which reaction is happening at cathode? This reaction, H2O is getting converted into hydrogen. Okay, H2O is getting converted into hydrogen. So I will write 2H2O, I will put 2OH minus and I will put 2 electrons over here. This is the reaction. Remember, I had told you earlier as well in the previous lectures that you should not remember reduction as H plus converting into H2, because then you would not be able to understand this statement. Okay, understand statement. Can we say that we have added water, so pH will go up, so alkaline? No, we cannot say that, Vanshaj, we cannot say that. We have to take the help of a reaction. ये देखिए, ये रिएक्शन हो रहा है कहाँ पे? कैथोड पे. This reaction is happening at cathode. Since this reaction is happening at cathode, what we can see is, along with liberation of hydrogen, OH minus is being produced. देख रहे हो? OH minus का production हो रहा है. Okay, so if OH minus is being produced, would the solution become alkaline or not? If OH minus is being produced, would the solution become alkaline or not? Yes. So B and option is also correct. A is correct, B is correct. ठीक है? Next, during the electrolysis of very dilute solution of NaCl, chlorine is liberated. No. When we do a electrolysis of very dilute solution of NaCl, the products would be hydrogen at cathode and oxygen at anode. This is the outcome. Okay, this electrolysis case is very dilute solution of NaCl will give hydrogen at cathode and oxygen at anode. Okay, last question. During the so this is an incorrect statement. Last question. During the electrolysis of NaCl using mercury electrodes, sodium amalgam is formed. Sodium amalgam is formed at the cathode. Sodium amalgam is formed at the cathode. Sodium chloride is, if is being electrolyzed, what happens during mercury electrode is that it will trap sodium and make this reaction go in the forward direction, और हमारे पास sodium amalgam मिल जाता है. Okay, so the right answer should be D. So इसका हमारा आंसर हो गया A, B, D. ठीक है? It's not a JEE main question, Hitesh. The answer, since it's a multi-option correct question, it's not JEE main. However, JEE mains में इसको डाला जा सकता है. JEE main में डालने के लिए मैं क्या करूँगा? मैं एक ऑप्शन बनाऊँगा जहाँ पर मैं लिख दूँगा only A is correct. एक ऑप्शन बनाऊँगा where I will write A, B, C are correct. Third option I will make A, B, C, D are correct. And fourth option I will make A, B, D are correct. I can make a objective question out of a multi-option correct question very easily. Okay? सर ये तो लर्निंग पे है. हाँ भाई, लर्निंग तो करना ही पड़ेगा ना. बिना लर्निंग के तो आप जेई देने वाले नहीं हो. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ सोडियम एल्गम इज जीरो ऑर्डर रिएक्शन. सर आई कांट से दैट. ओके, आई कांट से दैट if the reaction formation tendency is following the kinetics which is following zero order reaction. I'll have to check it up. Okay, I'm not aware of this, so I can't tell this. So the right answer should be A, B and D. Okay, Vanshaj, every solution will be having water. आपका क्यों नहीं हम यूज कर सकते हैं? Okay, I will, if I take any solution, it will always have water. So presence of water does not mean that it will make it alkaline. Okay, also वाटर के प्रेजेंस से अगर चीज़ें अल्कलाइन होते रहती तो हम पानी ऐड करते रहते और चीज़ें things would have become alkaline on their own. Things become alkaline if OH minus is produced. Things become acidic because H plus is produced. But I have to prove it through a reaction. Okay? Is that understood? So सर JEE मेन का क्वेश्चन और करवा दो, उससे कॉन्फिडेंस आता है. भाई JEE मेन का क्वेश्चन भी करवा देंगे, अभी चिंता मत करो. ये तो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग सेशन है. ठीक है, चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन लेते हैं. ओके, लेट्स टेक द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. If the electrolysis of 1 molar nickel sulfate is carried out with inert electrode at pH 7, मतलब हमने वाटर में डाल के इसको इलेक्ट्रोलाइज किया. Inert electrode at pH 7. So what is the meaning of inert electrode? That means I am using something like platinum. मैं platinum यूज कर रहा हूँ. If it is nickel electrode, OH minus नहीं प्रोड्यूस होगा इन H2O केस में. यार OH माइनस नहीं प्रोड्यूस होता है, H2O अपने से डिसोसिएट नहीं करता है, 1000 बार बोल चुके हैं. H2O does not dissociate on its own to produce OH. If that would have been the scenario, your drinking water would have been alkaline. Okay? इस तरह से नहीं होता है. Think logically. OH minus is not produced from H2O. OH minus is produced when something dissociates to produce OH minus in the reaction. Okay? Try and understand. So, if electrolysis of 1 molar NiSO4 is carried out with inert electrodes at pH 7, so pH 7 का मतलब हमने इसको water लिया है. The product of electrolysis at cathode and anode, how do we judge this? Okay, fine. Okay, so how do we judge this? We have this reaction and this reaction competing at cathode. So यहां पे जो competition हो रहा है, this competition is happening at cathode. Okay, this competition is happening at cathode. Anode पे क्या competition होगा? Anode पे ये competition होगा, H2O converting into O2 and sulfate converting into S2O8 2 minus. These two reactions will compete at anode because this reaction will lose electrons. If I put 2 over here, I will put 4H plus 4 electron over here, and if I put 2 over here, I'll give out 2 electrons. Okay? These two reactions will compete at anode. Now for this reaction, E naught value कितना होता है? इसके लिए 0.83, इसके लिए -1.83, -1.23. Okay, -1.23, and for this E naught value is -2.1, something like -2.1 होता है. So I have to look for that process in which del G is as less positive as possible. Del G तो negative मिल नहीं सकता है क्योंकि E naught is negative. So I have to look for as less positive value as possible. So which will give a lesser positive value between first one and second one. Okay? Between first one and second one, E naught Ni2 plus Ni minus 0.25, E naught H2O H2 minus 0.83, which will give a minus 1.23 is its E naught value. It's not Y. It's value होता है यार, पहले भी हम कर चुके हैं ये. So Ni2 plus Ni minus 0.25, this is minus 0.83, which will give me a less positive value, Ni. So Ni will be obtained at the cathode. What would happen at the anode if I do it in the same way? Which will give me a less positive value, minus 1.23 or minus 2.1? Oxidation of water or oxidation of sulfate, which will give me a lesser positive value. Can I say this one? This will give me a less positive value. Okay, so अरे यार experimental value है, IIT JEE Advanced Aspirant, this is experimental value. Standard electrode potentials हम लोग experimental value निकालते हैं by coupling it with standard hydrogen electrode. ये पढ़ाया गया है यार, पहले का वीडियो देख लो, ठीक है यार. These are experimental values. These values are experimental. E naught values are experimental. Okay. So answer is A and C. ठीक है. अरे पिछले क्वेश्चन में भी तो -1.23 लिया था, ठीक है. देखो यहाँ पे what is this value given? H2O changing into O2 is -1.23 volt. So E naught values are experimental. So E naught value के ऊपर डिस्कशन ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि मतलब ये वैल्यू इतना क्यों है. This value is like that. We have to just accept the fact that this is an experimental value. Clear? So next question is this. ये थोड़ा challenging question है. Okay, this is a slightly challenging question. Okay, this is slightly challenging question. So just read this. It's a slightly lengthy one. So a 2 liter buffer solution of 0.3 molar NaH2PO4 and 0.3 molar Na2HPO4 is prepared. What is a buffer solution? No, we cannot judge it by knowing electropositivity or electronegativity. Not always. H2O और सल्फेट के केस में आप कैसे वर्क करोगे शाश्वत? You cannot. So try not to find shortcuts in these standard values. These are experimental things. इसको accept करना होगा. You have to accept them. These are You do not have to learn. You just have to understand that this is experimental. Okay. So 2 liter buffer solution of 0.3 molar this NaH2PO4 and sodium dihydrogen phosphate and disodium hydrogen phosphate is prepared. Okay. The solution is divided in half between 2 compartments, and electrolysis of an electrolysis cell and is electrolyzed using platinum electrode. Okay, is electrolyzed using platinum electrode. Assume that only reaction is electrolysis of water, and electrolysis is carried out for 200 minutes with a constant current of 0.965 amperes. pKa of H2PO4 pK is given. What is the pH at cathode? What is the pH at cathode? Okay, what is the pH at cathode? So इसके 3 पार्ट है क्वेश्चन के. पहली बात तुमको ये जानना चाहिए कि what is buffer solution. So buffer solution is such a solution which will resist a change in pH. So आपने water में अगर एक drop या let's say you take water and you put 1 ml of HCl, its pH will change to a very large extent. But if you add the same amount of HCl in a buffer solution, the pH change will be very small. Okay, so it resists the change in pH. This is given in NCERT in class 11th. Please do read that. Now we'll come to this part a little later. First we try to identify what. पहले तुम बता दिए कि buffer solution क्या है. Second part ये है कि हमें ये जानना होगा कि how much charge is flowing through the solution. Okay, how much charge is flowing through the solution. Example of buffer solution. So how do we determine pH of acid or negative log of H plus? Okay, example of buffer solution, sodium acetate and acetic acid. ठीक है. So पहले हम निकालते हैं कि चार्ज कितना फ्लो कर रहा है. So charge flowing through the solution. How much charge is flowing through the solution? Fine. So what is the value given? Assume that the only reaction is electrolysis of water, and electrolysis carried for 200 minutes. Time is given and current is given. Okay, time is given and current is given. So charge, which is Q, which is equal to I times T upon 96500. This will give me the charge in terms of Faraday. Okay, yeah, this is a JEE advanced question. So this will give me charge in terms of Faraday. So I value is 0.965, time is 200 minutes. I will convert it into seconds and divide it by 96500. Okay, fine. So what is this value equal to? Okay, what is this value equal to? So 0.965 मैं इसको कैंसिल कर देता हूँ और यहाँ पे मैंने 1000 लिख दिया. This gets cancelled, so I will get 0.12 Faraday. ठीक है, 0.12 not 12, 0.12 Faraday आना चाहिए. The right answer will be 0.12 Faraday. Clear? 0.12 Faraday. So this is the first half of the question. ये हमारा first half हो गया question का. We will use 0.12 Faraday to go ahead in the question, and question में दूसरा part क्या हम करेंगे कि we will try to identify what reaction would be taking. If I pass 0.12 Faraday and this is a solution where H plus ions will be present because this is a buffer solution, and so H plus ion, each H plus ion will require each H plus ion will require one electron. Each H plus ion will require one electron. So can I say that 0.12 Faraday will electrolyze 0.12 moles of H plus? Can I say this? 0.12 Faraday will electrolyze 0.12 moles of H plus. Is this clear? देखिए H plus को हम electrolyze कर, H plus is being converted into hydrogen, so H plus takes up one electron. Each H plus ion takes up one electron. So 0.12 Faraday will electrolyze 0.12 moles of H plus. Okay, 0.12 moles of H plus. Now if 0.12 moles of H plus is gone, can I say 0.12 moles of H plus क्या हो रहा है, इसमें convert हो जा रहा है. Okay, 0.12 moles of Faraday, 0.12 moles of H plus is getting converted into hydrogen. So how much OH minus is left in excess? Can I say that excess OH minus will be equal to 0.12 moles? If I remove एक न्यूट्रल सॉल्यूशन है, एक न्यूट्रल सॉल्यूशन में से मैंने 0.12 मोल्स H प्लस हटा दिया, तो 0.12 मोल्स H प्लस एक्सेस बच जाएगा. ओके, 0.12 मोल्स H प्लस बच जाएगा. नाउ 0.12 मोल्स H प्लस इफ इज लेफ्ट आउट, दैट ब्रिंग्स मी टू द थर्ड स्टेज ऑफ द क्वेश्चन. ओके, दैट ब्रिंग्स मी टू द थर्ड स्टेज ऑफ द क्वेश्चन. Okay, that brings me to the third stage of the. In the third stage of the question, I will write a reaction. What will this 0.12 Faraday, 0.12 moles of excess OH minus will do? Let's look at this reaction. We have H2PO4 minus, which is HPO4 2 minus. Can you see this? NaH2PO4 and Na2HPO4. NaH2PO4 and Na2HPO4. So these two things are present simultaneously. H2PO4 has an extra proton, so this behaves as an acid, this behaves as a base. Okay, so I will react OH minus with this and convert it into water. Now my reaction is balanced. Clear? Now my reaction, you can see that the reaction is balanced. What is the amount of NaH2PO4? कितना amount दिया गया है? 0.3. What is the amount of NaH2PO4, Na2HPO4 given? 0.3. Clear? It is 0.3 and this is 0.3. What is the amount of excess OH minus ion? What is the amount of excess OH minus ion? 0.12. So, which is the limiting reagent? Which will be the limiting reagent? Between these two reactants, which is the limiting reagent? Limiting reagent concept आपने पढ़ा है. What is the limiting reagent over here? The limiting reagent will be OH minus. Correct? OH minus will be completely consumed. ये zero हो जाएगा. OH minus will be completely consumed. If this is completely consumed, how much of this will be left out? 0.18. 0.3 minus 0.12 will be 0.18, and how much of this will be formed? 0.42. Okay, 0.18 and 0.42 will be formed. This is, I will subtract 0.12 over here and I will add 0.12 over here. Clear? Now I have to calculate pH. तो हम pH कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे? ये देखो तरीका क्या है pH कैलकुलेट करने का. एक इक्वेशन होता है which is known as Henderson's equation. Okay, which is known as Henderson's equation. Henderson's equation ये कहता है pH is equal to pKa plus log of salt upon acid. Log of salt upon acid. Or what you can do over here, you can write conjugate base upon acid. This is the conjugate base and this is the acid, because this is losing proton and that is formed. Okay, very good Sankarshan, correct. So अब हम यहाँ पे क्या लिख सकते हैं? What we can write over here is this. What is the value of pK given? 7.2. What is the value of concentration of HPO4 2 minus, because that's the conjugate base. तो उसका concentration कितना दिया गया है? 0.42 and this is 0.18. If I solve this, कितना आंसर आएगा? That will be my pH of the solution. If I solve this, what will be the pH of the that will give me the pH of the solution. कितना आ रहा है संकर्षण बताइए? So this should turn out to be 18 to 36 log 2 0.3 के आसपास होता है. So 0.42. Here 7.2 plus log of this value. What is this value equal to? It's not around 8. It will be 7.5 के आसपास आना चाहिए. Very close to 7.5. Very close to 7.5. Because this ratio will be slightly more than 2. 18 to 36 होता है तो slightly more than 2 होगा. Okay? How to find limiting reagent? यार reaction को तो balance कर दिया ना. Reaction is balanced. We do not have to worry about that. The reaction तो balanced ही है. Okay? Reaction is balanced. OH minus, OH minus. दो negative charge है, दो negative charge उस तरफ भी है. Right answer is 7.56. Yeah. So my expectation is correct. So it should be. This is my answer. So this is an advanced question. So many parts. It involves mole concept. It involves electrolysis. It involves ionic equilibrium. It involves buffer. So many things are involved. Okay. So many things are involved. The third step is where we have reacted what is present in the medium HPO4 2 minus, which can behave as an acid. There is an excess base which is present, OH minus. So acid base reaction will take place and will form products. Okay. There is acid present in the medium. H2PO4 minus is present in the medium, and there is base which is also present in the medium. Okay. अरे moles of H plus and OH minus तो पहले तो equal रहे होंगे. IIT JEE Advanced aspirant, think logically. Okay, why are we having excess of OH minus is because earlier there was an equivalence. How to find limiting reagent? Whatever is present, mole ratio में देख लो. Okay, this is something of 11th standard. ये 12th standard का topic चल रहा है. Limiting reagent पे अगर आपको समझना है, then please do watch the online Pathshala videos of 11th standard, because we have done that over there. Okay, there is a homework question for you guys. This we had calculated for cathode. The homework question is, what is the pH at anode? Okay, for anode, what is the pH? That's a homework question. Please do post the answer in the comment section. Please do post the answer in the comment section. And the only hint that I can give you to solve this question is H2O will undergo oxidation. So remember that reaction, और उस reaction में जो product मिल रहा है, from there try to calculate which ion will be in excess. For example, in the previous case, H plus was being electrolyzed. So over here, try to identify what will be left in excess. Okay. So with this, I end today's session. But remember, guys, that we have a 8 p.m. class for KPY essay physical chemistry taken by Abhishek sir, and 9 p.m. class will be of mechanics, will be taken by Vikas sir. Please do join the session if you are appearing for KPY, because this is a very vital. Okay. So this is Saurav Goswami taking leave, and I hope we join us again for Saturday session. Saturday session we will be talking about conductance or behavior of ions in solutions. Okay, ठीक है, चलिए गाइज, बाय बाय एंड हैव अ लवली टाइम अहेड.